So, hello everyone. So, well, if you're new, my name's Claire, not Crystal. Oh, see how that candle's about to go out, but we've got another one. And everything I do is channeling, healing energy. Everything I do is channeling, everything is healing. So, everything I do is, channeling. It sounds like I was about to sing Brian Adams or something. Everything. Damn it. By the way, I might be channeling that song for someone. I do it for you, but I do it for you, soul family. But yeah, channeling, the light codes and the clearing and the healing energy that you need and all that jazz. And on that note, actually, so me being me, last minute, I'm gonna do now. Wait a minute, where's the rest of that deck? There's only like a few of them. Nah, there's only a few. It's the Lionsgate portal on Tuesday, so I'm filming this on Sunday night. I always usually do something for the Lionsgate portal, and I think I must have done something last year, but I can't actually remember, but I'm sure I did. But whenever I do it, I'm not just saying this, so if anyone's ever been to any of my Lionsgate group events, let us know in the comments so that other people can know. But I'll go and I'll find the reviews from it and I'll put them in the comments as well. But basically, if I do it, which I think I'm gonna, but it's going to be a bit of a jam-packed day because I normally do, if you're new around here, I normally do the free cards just now anyway. Again, guys, I must stress, I'm not going to keep that free forever. It's just I'm guided to just now. But I dare say I probably will keep some kind of free thing, and I'll maybe just will really make it like one card. But while there's not as many people on the chat, I'm happy to do more in-depth sort of readings. So because remember, it's not just card readings that I do, it is healing energy as well. So it's clearing a lot of stuff when I do that. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so basically I am still going to do Mini Taster Tuesday, right? So I come on and I do that at 6:30 UK time. So what I'll probably do is I'll be sharp and I'll come on 6:30 UK time. And I was going to say, oh, I'll stay for an hour. I doubt it'll be an hour, right? Because what I'm going to do is, if I don't end up doing the more private Lionsgate Zoom like I normally do, and because you see, the thing is, I was just going to do it like to all of you, but the thing is, it's because it's a safe, sacred space, and when it's a safe, sacred space, it's literally away from the prying eyes that we all know about. So and it's just different. Like, seriously, I always feel the energy, and everybody that does it, who knows, you know what I mean? But it's like the guides know, and the divine that works for me just knows, right? These people are putting in more of an energy exchange. These people are stepping up. These people are honouring what I give all the time. Let's give them a bit extra. Do you know what I mean? And it does make sense, doesn't it? But it really is just, it's more because of the prying eyes thing. Because I know that when I give in abundance and I just give from my heart and I help people, even knowing that I'm helping people that don't even like me and that, and people that want to, I don't know, do whatever, I always get back in a different kind of way. But it is more like, for that sacred space. So like I say, I do feel like I'm going to do that. So if I end up holding the Zoom, just if you really feel like you want to be a part of that, just keep your eyes peeled on the community tab tomorrow at some point. Or give me a wee email to be like, Claire, I really want to know if you're doing that. And I'm just trying to think of the best time. Again, I've got nothing on the Wednesday apart from I've got a client later on, but it's later in the afternoon. So I usually do sleep until later anyway. So I think I will hold the Zoom quite late. So maybe people in the UK, maybe it will be too late for you, but I'm wondering if I held it at like a 10 o'clock UK start time, if that might work for people. So maybe, yeah, so again, it's last minute, but I'll just I'll make an executive decision. But anyway, I'll be on as normal, 6:30 UK time, to do the Lionsgate Zoom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do paid readings tomorrow, so I will do free readings too, but I'm going to hold space for paid readings, but energy healing. Like I say, it's all energy healing, but I'm going to do a bigger energy healing. So, and when I say bigger, it'll still probably be short, but it's just more powerful. Like, I don't know until I get in it, but I feel it'll probably be like homing in on like the lower chakras, or like the root chakra, or the sacral, or something. Wherever I feel there's like more of a blockage, like for you personally, I'll work and I'll do a bit of deeper work on that. And you might remember I've done that. I've done it before. Like, I mean, I've done it before on the lives and the Instagrams and that, and like people, crazy things happen. Like, people literally came in at £1,000s. Now, I can't promise that happens to everyone, but that is a true story. And it wasn't right away either. It's like after, because it's soul retrieval, it's like after the energy is integrated. So, but it was all, yeah, the person did link it back to that. So it's, what else was I going to say? This is going on a bit too long, isn't it? So maybe that's going to have meaning. Something's, maybe your twin flame journey is going on a bit too long for you. Do you know what I mean? Fucking join the queue. I think we all feel that way. It's divine timing, and there ain't no fairness in it either, from what I've witnessed. Like I said, I've actually supported people getting a union that I've literally just like met like not that long, but do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but they go on a bit of they do go on a different ride. I've said this before, like they still go on a roller coaster of their own, and it's usually not like a full blown union. They stay together. There normally is still separations and that, but anyway, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm going to do with the paid energy clearance that I'm going to do for people. If you want to do that, they'll be £25, and I will put the, like I said, I'll put the links and the payment thing in that, and in the community tab, and then I'll also put the details if I'm going to be doing the Zoom too. Because what I'm basically saying is, because I've given such late notice, if I'll only do the Zoom if there's people that want to do it. But whenever I do it, it normally is quite a small group of people. Like, I think, like, historically, I think the last few years when I've done it, I think it's maybe been anywhere from like 5 to 8 people. I don't think there's ever been any more than 8 people, but I usually make it like 8 spaces because of the 8-8 thing. But again, it's as long as there's like a couple of people. I wouldn't do it just me and one person. So as long as there's like 2 or more, I'll do it. But if it's just one person, then probably not. But what I could do is, see if that does happen, and there's only one of you that signs up to it, what I'll do is I'll just give you your own 30-minute one-to-one, and I don't do 30-minute live sessions at all. And if I do, I don't do it at that price. So, and obviously, yeah, the Zoom will be more than the I normally always do it the same price. I need to look at my thing, but or around the same price. So anyway, blah blah blah. That's all of that. So before I forget, what I'm going to do is, so I must stress though, if you're not in a financial position to be doing the more extensive, like the energy healing with the reading, then I like I say, I'll have to stress it's all energy healing that I do, but it's the only way that I can explain it, that it'll be more powerful for the ones that are, and also it's just the fact that I'm going to read you one of these big long cards. So if you're not in a financial position to do that right now, I will still be doing free cards, so still come along. And I know that even it just might not be the right time of the month for you, but you can decide. You'll know if you're called. And if you are called to get the £25 one, I'm going to pull you one of these cards, and you'll see how long they are. And like I said, it'll be this card. I'll either pull at the beginning or the end, and I'm going to do probably at the beginning, because I will channel your own personal healing in with the one on the card, because there's normally healing things that go with the card. And like I said, I'll pick up on where you've got a blockage. So, right. Okay, so to let people know what that's going to be like, give us a collective card, and like you're stressing, this is I'll pull from this deck on the Tuesday for the people that opt in for the paid healings on the live. Right, what have we got here? Is it Rise of the Divine Masculine or anything like that? No, it's not the Divine Masculine, but look, she's holding the Divine Masculine though. Miracle of Isis, Miraculous Healing of the Goddess. Right, I can't. I just can't. Do you see, you know why they've done that, eh? Initiation, spiritual testing of Ra and Lady Isis. they've made me pull that one because it's like, if you didn't know me and you weren't familiar with my work, that would just seem like a big rambling, and I'm aware of that. But it's like, it's a shame, isn't it, ladies that have done it before, that it is just everybody always loves the Lionsgate portal, which is why I'm pulling my finger out my ass, you know, to I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm going to hold space for it. So if people want to do it, I will do that Zoom. And it's just what I'll do, right, is that's what I'll do. Could be complicated, but I'll see who's interested in it. If you watch this, it'll be the diehards that watch the videos, or I'll put a post up as well and email me, and I'll base it on what time zones people are in, right? That's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah, anyway, we'll work it out. So, because I might even change my mind and do like a distance healing or something. I just don't know. Just keep your eyes peeled. So, but yeah, that's why they've made me pull that one, because it is miraculous healing. Everything that I channel is miraculous healing. The fact that somebody even feels shitloads better when they didn't when I started, which is a lot of the times when I do these things, is a miracle in itself. But this looks very much like, I don't know if that's meant to be Isis, but it's feeling like very Isis and Osiris. Like, it looks like, look, she's holding him. And it is interesting that I said, is it going to be the rise of the divine masculine? It's like I'm seeing that as she's like protecting her man. Interesting. Right, okay, let's read this. So, oh my god, look. Right, who has been to the other ones? This is crazy. I don't know if it was last year, I feel like it was 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, that when I done the one, like I said, on the Zoom that is private, I did pull like healing the divine masculine, like, and it was just so within the energy, because there is always unions around the Lionsgate portal energy in August in general, and yeah, and this year's no different. So except, well, this year is different because it's heavier energy with what's going on in the world. But anyway, yeah, that's the card I thought was going to come out. Osiris Rises. See what I mean? Like, listen, this is the free stuff, and they're even going for it with the free stuff. So this is what's coming through the free stuff. If I do hold space for the Zoom, get ready for it to be kind of pretty crazy. And like I say, it's not me, it's just they use me as a channel to do it. Right, okay, so where is this? Miracle of Isis. 106. So I'd rather not be standing here all day, because I'm standing here in a towel, with a towel on my head and a towel on. But I just felt like I wanted to do this tonight rather, for tomorrow's one. But like I said, they're all timeless, right? But, you know, to release tomorrow, I might release it tonight at like midnight or something, if I'm still awake. And what was I going to say? Yeah, anyway. Because I'll do mediumship Monday tomorrow too, and that might be short because all that stuff going on this Tuesday. Right, so, miraculous healing of the goddess. Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing, no matter how much you've struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it. You're guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. I'm sorry, I know I keep repeating myself, but I am fucking blind blown at this, because I was just getting all the downloads as I was in the bath, that what was to do for the Lionsgate portal, and I was just kind of like, why does it always just come in so close to the thing? But it is just me, and it just, anyway, it always works out. It's always whoever's meant to be there, always there, and it's always the people that are on my radar anyway. But this is just such confirmation of that they want me to do the clearance, like the personal clearance for the Lionsgate, for whoever feels called on the live, as well as the free card. So it's just, that really is confirmation. Like, say, even if I don't end up doing the Zoom. Wow. Yeah. Right, okay. So, because I'm actually kind of feeling like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I probably will just stick to doing them on the YouTube live. But just stay tuned, because like I said, if anybody does feel called to do it in our wee private one, then I will do it. Right, okay. So the Lady Isis wishes to lift a load that has become too heavy for you to heal in your own beloved. And actually what I'm feeling is, because of what I was seeing in the picture, regardless of whether this is meant to be Osiris or not, we'll find out when I read this. Because of seeing healing Divine Masculine in the book, I do feel this is particularly for Divine Masculine energies, regardless of your gender. Could be for Divine Feminines in this place too, but this doesn't tend to be where many are. But I mean, you might be, who knows? It depends where you're at in the journey. She cannot take something away from you if you're not willing to release it to her, however. Yeah, because you see, it is like the Divine Masculines that aren't reaching out for help, basically. And I know some of you are, but it's for the ones that are trying to do it all by themselves. Release for healing means trust, letting go of attachment to outcome and how that outcome might be achieved, and opening to the Divine Jesus. It actually says genius, but that means something that I said Jesus, Divine Jesus, of healing that seeks to express perfection and divine love through you now. Well, I suppose Jesus is with us too. Again, I always feel Jesus, Mary Magdalene energy is with me anyway, because I'm always channeling about forgiveness and unconditional love. To hand something over for healing, especially when it has been a long term of persistent difficulty, simply seems too great or overwhelming to be healed, takes a radical change of mind and heart. And again, this is really common. Like, people don't realise like how much better they're going to feel after a personal session. Do you know what I mean? You see, if you lurk or if you talk, like, you know, you see how much better people feel in public. So imagine what it's like after a personal session. And actually, if you lurk, you'll also see people saying that. So it's like, why not give yourself, you know, why not give yourself that, like, invest in yourself in that way. And yeah, it's investing in me too, and it's helping me, but it's like, it changes your life. Do you know what I mean? Right, to dare to hope without becoming attached to how or when something happens, to surrender without forgetting to follow your intuition, and to act accordingly, to trust even though you may have been disappointed or hurt in the past. And that's what we have to do in the twin flame journey, because both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine have been hurt in the past, and sometimes they've hurt each other. A lot of times you've hurt each other, but you've been hurt by other karmic energies as well, not just romantic. And karmic can be anything. Is there a card they want with me doing that? Yeah, intuitive nudges. And again, some of these Divine Masculines are feeling that intuitive nudge. What the hell was that word? Intuitive nudge. Intuition is the language of the soul. We're all born aware of profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, universe, and divine spirit. Again, they're having a third eye awakening. I feel that's in particular those of you that even have awakened a while ago, but you're seeing more clearly some of the people you need to see around you that you couldn't see before, like, you know, who you can't trust and stuff, and who you can trust. Like, some Divine Masculines that are being too cautious even with their twin are starting to be like, oh my god, like, that's actually who I should be trusting, and this person isn't. Like, you know, like they've got it mixed up, you know what I mean? That is definitely for some. Like, think about some Divine Masculines that have they've mistakenly picked a karmic and thinking that is like a soulmate or, like, you know, a long-lasting partner. Don't they call it twin flame? And then they're like, oh, wait a minute, this is not, you know, this is not my lock and key kind of thing, because this person's like betraying me, bringing a lot of conflict and obstacles. These were just sitting there, and then look, yeah, and they're leaving me. Oh god, they're gonna fall. But that means something too. And it's going to fall because they're leaving me wounded and heartbroken. Yeah. And I don't know what to say. I've never felt this way. And I actually heard that in a shorts the other day. I was channeling that song the other day. It's really old. And then I heard it. Where did we get to? Yeah, these are all the requirements for us to surrender into the great healing of divine love. Lady Isis speaks through this oracle. Oh, good, this is a shorter one. And says to you that recovery from trauma and emotional healing is not only possible. Oh my god, see that? How I read it is not possible. That's why I was like, what? So again, somebody is connecting this, probably quite a few, are like feeling like you're too far gone to be helped. Which, again, go and look at the community tab and the thing that I posted earlier. Everybody's healing, everybody's got heartbreak, everybody's wounded, and it's not linear. Do you know what I mean? And nobody needs to be perfect. And like I say all the time, nobody needs to be perfect to go to their twin. That's why they just made me talk about the twins in union, or that are, that go through their own shit. Which is, I feel, where my work's moving, because that's, the people that I'm working with closely just now are in a type of reunion union. Do you know what I mean? So it's the writing's on the wall there that I'll be helping twins in union, like more like a couples counsellor, because that is really what I'm like. Because everybody I work with closely like that is in a lot of contact with their twin, the amount of people that always be like, oh my god, I need to find a way to get him on this Zoom with you, and it's like that will happen, that time comes, but again, like anything, it has to be their decision. Like, yeah, if you're in a position where you can say to your twin, like, look, this person's helped me a lot, I think, that you'd, gel with her or get on with her, I think you'd like the way she heals, just get them to have a wee lurk. I mean, obviously, some of you might not want to do that with the nature of what we talk about, but do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't even need to do that, just, well, I suppose, how else are they going to see me? But anyway, but again, if anyone's in that position that you don't really kind of want to direct them to YouTube because you want to keep this more private and sacred, because that is basically like a lot of you, all of you, and I get it, then you could always just send me a wee email, and I could just have a wee informal chat, a wee 20-minute chat or something, with a 20-minute divine masculine chat, yeah, with your masculine, and they can just see whether they like the sound of it before we do the actual session. So, right, so, right, so what have we got here? And I'm only saying that because the rest of you see enough of me on the YouTube, you know what I mean? That because I used to do those free calls, but it just never works out. It's just, I'm always getting, I always test it to see now and again whether I should do the wee chats, but I end up just giving away everything that I do anyway, and it's like I said, I need to, I need to stay afloat somehow. Or people just don't show up. Do you mean that happens all the time too? So, right, okay, so. Like I've said before, people, I don't totally agree with this, but there is truth in it. People don't tend to appreciate what they don't pay for a lot of the time. Although I don't feel it's completely true, because I know how grateful you are when I, do the stuff for free as well. But I know for myself too, like I say this all the time, but whenever I catch people that do similar to me, um, I actually do donate, like, every time, or quite a lot. Like, if put it this way, if I don't donate, it's because I genuinely am scared, and then as soon as I get money, I pay them something. Do you know what I mean? Because it's because of what I do, because I know that it's like that person, especially when it's on YouTube, because they don't even get all the money, and I don't even get that yet. And by the way, can I just say, right, YouTube, if you're listening, you're meant to have 3,000 watch hours, right, and then you can start getting the super chats and all that. Oh, look, my throat chakra's going funny. That means something. It's probably because I'm speaking out about this. I keep screenshotting it. The fluctuations are fucking ridiculous. I was actually needing that, and it's like it makes no sense. Like, so basically, they fucking lie. So, and again, it's like when you look to see how you can complain about that, it's like Mission Impossible. So, it's a nightmare. Anyway, right. So, Lady Isis speaks through this oracle and says to you that recovery from trauma and emotional healing is not only possible, but if you're willing, it can happen for you now. And remember, how amazing is that? This is a collective one. And I feel this is talking about whatever I'm going to do, because I will do some kind of collective thing for everyone on the channel too. No matter the depth of grief, loss, despair, fear, or anger, love can and will absorb all of it. This oracle is also an indication that a spiritual gift or awakening of deep healing, which is what I said, ability, a new level are coming your way. Keep your eyes and heart open and let go of the doubt and fear about opening up to a new level of proficiency. Dedicate your work to divine love. Well, my God, that is my work. And trust that it will flow through you stronger now. You're capable of great work when you trust in your own heart and the love of the divine flowing through you with total surrender. And like I say, that really feels so special with them having told me in the math, we want you to do this, and then me pulling this out. It's just crazy. Right, okay, so ideally, so this is the healing. So ideally you use a flower for this exercise, but you can also use a small crystal or sacred object in its place, such as a stone, small dish, or sand, anything that you're willing to release completely after the ritual is completed. Oh, I remember this. Oh my God, yeah, I remember doing this. This is one of the ones that came out on a Zoom 1 year as well. Right, okay, so this is a good one. Right, so you can go and pause it if you want and go and get your crystal or your object, or you can watch this and then just go and do it again another time, but I'm going to read it out now. I call upon the loving miracle healing of Isis, just as this flower or other sacred object is subject to creation and destruction, life and death, so too can the pain that has plagued me finally rest in peace, in the loving embrace of the divine. In the loving embrace of the goddess, rather, but it's divine goddess. Hold your left hand over your heart and your right over the sacred object of your choice and say, or just listen to the words, I give deep honouring and gratitude for the sacrifice of this beloved sacred flower or object, and now release the pain that issued attachment to it, conscious or unconscious, into the sacred receptacle now, the thing. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, allow any pain, attachment or suffering to flow from your heart out of your right hand and be transferred into the sacred object. Beloved Isis, miracle healer and priestess of the healing arts, take this suffering from me now. I surrender it to you to heal. Let me find the wisdom and the peace, the resolution that is meant to come from this dark blessing. May the darkness be turned to light. Oh my God, that's what I've been channeling all week, is that the darkness is coming to light at the Lionsgate portal. With karmic grace and unconditional love, so be it. Thank you for your assistance, beloved. I open to your miracle healing completely. Withdraw your hands into prayer position and gently bow before your object, before taking it and placing it somewhere in a garden or a natural setting where it will not be disturbed. It is recommended that you tuck it into the earth or place it where it is not likely to be picked up by any curious wanders by. You can then finish your ritual with the incantation below. So what I might do is actually, I might put a wee thing in the notes to say, pick a flower or something you're not bothered about burying in the garden. They should have said that before, because you might be like, no, it's my favourite crystal. Although but there might be some meaning in that if you did. Yeah, see if some of you don't read the thing before and you've done it, then you pick something, maybe it's time to let that thing go. That's going to be for someone, by the way. But I hear you. If it's one of your crystals you like, you're really no, fuck that. You can say this incantation to finish the practice above any time you need some miraculous energy. So, love and light, peace and power, miraculous. Wait a minute, what am I trying to say here? We'll start again. So that means something, right? The fact that I've needed to start that again, life ain't perfect. So you might have started something before, maybe you had a reunion or a union of sorts, and maybe you need to start all over again. And this is the real time this time, the union. And also it's on page 108, and 108 is abundance, and the Lionsgate portal is infamous for calling in abundance. So that's why either when I do the free cards, I'll pull from my abundance cards, or I'll do an abundance card in with this one too. So, love and light, peace and power, miracle healing descends this hour. The wings of Isis drenched with feeling, nothing escapes her miracle healing. Surrender to her from my heart so true, which is now exactly what I choose to do. Gratitude to Isis for the miracle coming to me. Her love and grace now set me free. I love that that's on my go, and also because it's not that long. Honestly, some of these are really long. You'll see whoever opts to do that, the paid healings, you'll see how long they are. But like I said, this is the thing. The only difference will be is every time when I pull one of these cards on the Tuesday for whoever wants that, if anyone wants it, but I'm assuming some people will feel the call, because it's basically I think that's probably going to be what I do instead of the Zoom event, because of really not giving anyone. But I suppose I have been saying I'm going to do something, but again, I think it's just they want me to just primarily be on the YouTube channel helping everyone. But the difference will be is everyone will get the benefit of your personal card, but everyone won't feel the healing that I'm going to do, because I'm going to literally open and close it for your energy. Although, to be honest, I remember the last time I'd done it, people still felt it, but I will set the intention anyway. So it's the most important thing is you will feel it more. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Right, so let's pull the Rumi card now, because that's what it's meant to be all about. The Isis card stealing the limelight there. Right, so what's the Rumi card for whenever people watch this? Again, I might just end up releasing it tonight, or Monday, so whatever. We have Blessing of Al-Hakim, number 40. So 40 might have some sort of significance to you. Maybe that is an upcoming age for you. I think we know by now that's my upcoming age. Again, it's like fucking hell. I've been saying it that long. It really isn't that. I wish people say that to me all the time. I'm wishing my life away. But again, I just feel 40 is going to be when when my life really starts, whatever that means, just a lot of good stuff, right? Okay, so another part of my life, rather, but they do say that, don't they? Right, so where is it? Okay. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion, bewilderment is vision, and that's Rumi. It's all Rumi because it's the Rumi cards. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Kahim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessings is evoked in life like the laughter of a babe, joyfully responding to the playful tickle of the mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. How I revere the blessing of Al-Kahim, of wisdom, for she's precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. As a blessing of divine wisdom of Al-Kahim, being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself, this is soul medicine. It is a spiritual gift of healing. Wait a minute, I was like, is this going to say something? Do you know what I was going to say? I bet you this is going to say similar to this one, and it does kind of sound like it. It is a gift of a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. Wow, this is definitely about people that are impatient about unions. Everyone. No, I'm joking. Not everyone is there. Again, it's if you're divine feminine, it's like you really do want it, but you're probably in more of a surrendered, chill vibe. Because if you're not, you'll just be delaying it even more, basically, and you can't trick it either. You just basically got to somehow get there. Right, okay, so as you receive this gift, this blessing which happens at a soul level, your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what I just said a moment ago. You no longer have to drive unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in assurance that your daily application and effort is enough. AKA, I would take that as balancing your inner divine feminine, divine masculine, which is what I'm helping people here with every day. And so is your surrender. Mental anguish, and I just said that. Mental anguish is soothed, and you're able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity and its expression of itself as life. You become comfortable with the reality that the price of being closer to the divine is the giving up of your need to always understand. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly great contributions to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you that yet you will feel within as though you are doing nothing at all, even while so much is happening through you. Such holy paradox shall become your daily experience. Kind of reminds me, right, whenever I get personal readings, it's always said to me, or energy healings, that it's like the more the years go on, the less I actually need to do in a session with something. And it's just like people have had visions of me just literally sitting on the before this is what I actually do now, like just literally sitting on the couch just listening to somebody. And that's because I channel in all that kind of like that I just read with the Isis card. Like I'm just clearing the energy just with the amount of work I've done on myself. And you know, being a shaman and a Reiki master and all that too. But you know, I mean, it's to do with that. Like I'm more receptive to channel that healing energy, to heal it, to heal me, and to heal it, you know, to heal somebody else. But like I say all the time, actually, it's much easier to heal others than it is to heal yourself. But as I heal others, I heal myself. You know, it's all this kind of like again, it's just how it works, right? So you may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some ways your vision for life and purpose, your divine passion, is clearer than ever before, and in other ways completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. That is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us in the same capacity to work with the opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you're uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honouring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps you're journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to the intellectual mind is softening in favour of allegiance to your heart known. And that is definitely what I said about divine masculines releasing the burdens of the mind, really, and the ego. And again, that'll be ones from the Dark Night Soul, or if you've been through that, which isn't many, I'm going to say, you know, like there's a lot of people think that, like I said the other night when Rebecca came on, like, you know, that was, you know, that yeah, I basically said that it was like, I remember, you know, she'd said that. It was like she thought she'd went through it because she'd went through a hard time. And then actually she very humbly, you know, said to me, God, Claire, I'm actually now going through it. And I realised that was preparing me. Do you mean? But it was like, it's not like I was saying to her, oh, you are in your dark night of soul. I could sense it, but you know, it's like, you've just got to let the person work out for themselves. And that's what you do with anyone around you, you know, because you can't see it. I remember when I was in mine, everything just fucks you off and everyone fucks you off. So it is difficult to be around. It is difficult to be around someone that's in a dark night. So, you know, being real, it's like real hardcore depression, really. So I'm sending lots of love and prayers if that's you. I know it's a horrible place to be in. You will break on through the other side. Maybe you have already. And that's why I'm here, you know, sitting like a granny on the couch for 5 and 6 hours at a time, 3, 4, you know. The minimum's usually 3, isn't it? You know, sitting, keeping people company. And again, other people had told me, many other healers and people that had read for me over the years had told me I would be doing that. So I was prepared. And it's going to be a dark, cold winter. So, you know what I mean? Just saying. There's good stuff to come for people too, but I'm just keeping it real. You know, like I said all the time, the astrology is like, you know, definitely like World War level. We're in it, aren't we? You may find yourself craving different company with different interests, or finding the world of opinions and debate rather less to your liking, and the worlds of creative expression more nurturing and nourishing to your essence. Again, this is like the one for today that I done, where it was like spiritual and peace, and that is somebody having a spiritual awakening that they want more than what they've been around, which feels like kind of dense, heavy, gossipy kind of energy. If this is the case, this oracle comes as confirmation to trust in the changes you feel within in any and all ways, no matter how insignificant or dramatic they may seem. And then let's face it, in Leo season it's going to be dramatic. Know that they are seedlings of a new way that shall grow from one step into an entirely new and more sacred orientation in your life. You will not necessarily have any idea how that will happen or what it will look like. This is a continuing message, isn't it? It's like, take the leap, you find out when you get there. This matters not. The acorn becomes the oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation apart from a willingness to grow through life. It is with the precious blooming now happening within your soul. To know less can bring the greatest gift and blessing of all, to be able to love and therefore live more freely. This oracle also comes with special guidance to bring you peace. And I just mentioned peace. This is the, you know, maybe this is why I meant to release it right after I do it once it's uploaded, because this is similar to the other one I done earlier today. But again, these are timeless. I was meaning this for Monday, but they're not. Like I said, they're timeless, right? I'm not doing it like this is Mondays. I'm just doing one every day kind of thing. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life, giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of the cycles of time and letting go to allow for new life to happen, of the greater intelligence in the scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know even a moment's peace. The fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swirls around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing, huffing and puffing of the impatient mind. For when the fire in the belly is fanned by the breath of the heart, you shall have peace and a dynamic movement, restful stillness, and soul-inspired action all at once. That kind of reminds me of when I've been saying, like, you know, feminines don't know, you know, when this, be ready to receive what fate is planned for you. And I strongly feel masculines don't really know either. I mean, maybe some do, but it's like, I just feel there's going to be like this rush of knowing and energy that comes over some of them to take action. Some of you that are listening. Right, for when you shall become one with the living holy paradox, the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. Yeah, and that's what I mean. The healing power, like love will know no bounds. Like someone will suddenly be like, I know what I need to do, and I know where I want to go, and I know who I want. You know what I mean? I call on the divine presence. Right, so here's the sacred honouring ritual. I call on the divine presence that loves me unconditionally, and I surrender into your wisdom. Bless me now with the ability to accept your grace, your bounty, and your gift of my life and all its mystery. Help me learn and grow that I may realize the love that lies within all, including my own being. May I dwell in the loving mystery of sacred compassion. I call upon the wisdom of the ancient ones, those who love me unconditionally and know truth. May your power and knowledge calm my mind and ignite my spirit, so that I may be one with love, empowered in peace and purpose. So be it. Now rest. You've completed your sacred honour ritual. Sorry, I was really needing to burp there. Like I can feel the energy being transmitted, but probably because both those cards are like, again, these are my special decks, so I'm only reading the Rumi because it's the Lionsgate portal, and like I said, I usually keep the Isis ones for special occasions like the Lionsgate. But right, I'm feeling called to, we'll pull a few more. So what else do we need to go? Oh, and it's just, I've just been drawn to 40 minutes exactly, so this is going to be, I think it's going to be mean something to somebody that's 40 or coming up 40 or your twin or something. That just leapt out, fast track to Ascension, the chosen one. I didn't actually say whether it was feminine or masculine, but I just feel it is those that are ascending and fast, and it's because of this Lionsgate portal that we're already in. You know, it peaks on the 8th, but, and then I think people always say it sort of winds down on the 12th, but Leo energy is just powerful in general. And by the way, see, when I was doing a video the other day, and I was like, I think I pulled a card about Sirius, and then I was like, I couldn't remember, but I was like, this is what the Lionsgate is about, is a Sirius. So, yeah, so it just popped in my mind. Right, so, like I say, guys, it's like I carry a lot of the frequencies of like Sirius, Andromedan, Pleiades, all this kind of stuff, and it's just, it really just depends on what the message is and what guides want to work with me. So I don't home in on, it's why I couldn't really say like I'm a such and such guide or I'm a such and such guide, you know what I mean? Because it just, different ones come in at different times. So everybody works differently. Right, okay, where's the feminine at and the physical for whoever's connecting with this? Oh my god, look at that. Mission accomplished, 1111, welcome home. So this feminine, yeah, is like in this receptive, divine feminine empress mode. And therefore it is calling back the other swan. Because I always think it's funny that it's one swan. But it's like this, it's kind of, I suppose it's like meant to be like a kind of regal royal empress kind of, you know, this done the work basically. You've done the work to reprogram your soul. Interesting, right? And the masculine and the physical. Oh, look at this, yep. It's funny, I always pull this for masculine. But yeah, healing abandonment issues, something could be significant about the 7-7, which obviously we've passed, but I'm just saying. And but 7s are very high vibrational numbers, so that can be about spiritual awakening too. But it's like, look, you're suspended in the air, and I always do feel like that as a dark night of the soul person, you know what I mean, regardless of gender. It's like they have to surrender, because it's so kind of grim, it's like you've got no choice. But it's time to forgive yourself, and it's time to forgive yourself, and I feel that does link into that piece of writing that I saw earlier, that I channeled the message on the video, and then I saw that thing that was like, you know, healing isn't linear. It's like, it's time to forgive yourself for the past and allow yourself to receive what fate is planned for you. But with divine masculines, it's like you need to go and get it. I love the way that came out. Yeah, and open your heart. And then there's something significant about the 9th of September, and September keeps coming through very strongly. I'd even say for some people, September's coming through stronger than August. And setting love and boundaries. And I feel, you see, it's because the feminine set love and boundaries with everyone, including the masculine where that's needed, that the masculine's now setting boundaries with everyone in their life and respecting the feminine's boundaries. And it's just the energy is all shifting. Yeah, practicing self-love. Again, 10-10 is important too. So we've got 9-9, 10-10, 11-11, and nurturing their inner child. And like I said, that's quite significant because I'd mentioned in the video earlier that I was guided to do a bit of work on the collective and for an inner child healing. So, you know, just the stuff that I do in my dreams kind of thing. Literally the healing work that I do in my dream time. Right, I've just picked up these. What healing does the feminine need? Children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. So again, it might be that you've got children. It might be that, actually it could be like what I just said, that you were guided to do some inner child soul retrieval for yourself, for your twin. Usually if you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for you and your twin, because you're always asking for their higher self's permission. But it's, it's, twin flames are very much about you and their inner child connecting, and that's what I was really feeling strongly. What else did I say? So it's either your children, your inner child, or you might be someone that actually heals children like I do. And actually it's Leo season, and Leo season is about that. So interesting that, see how I love it how I just mentioned the inner child thing and then the children card came out. And for the masculine, have diet is important here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to make positive eating and drinking choices, for reducing and eliminating my cravings for unhealthful substances. You see, and what's interesting is, and prayer works. So maybe it's like, it could even be like some masculines are really getting into like different kinds of healing, and it could even be that they're praying, they're praying for a change, for a miracle. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayer of, and then you add your prayer in, and I'm praying for you too. If you're a feminine and you're getting guided to sort your diet out or doing different things, then like fasting and anything, like just paying attention to what you eat. You're doing it for yourself. You're always doing it for yourself, but it could be that you're actually doing it for your twin too. You know what I mean? Everything that you do basically is food. That's basically what it comes down to. And right, and I think I'll just wrap it up now. Just trying not to make everything fall over. Where's that other deck? There's one there, but where's the other one? Literally, where the hell is it? Right, I don't know where my other... I'll just use the same deck. I don't know where to put it. So, where is the feminine at in the physical to go with what I just said? Interesting. So, what I'm getting from that is it's like, I didn't kind of say it, but it's like I'm always kind of meaning, where's the feminine at towards the masculine? This is the wish fulfillment card. So because it's in reverse, it's like, I'm getting that it's like, it's not so much like not believing that a wish is going to come true. It's just kind of like that it hasn't. So this is for the ones that it's like it hasn't come true yet. Like your wish fulfilled hasn't come true yet because they are your wish fulfillment. That's, and we'll see what the masculine gets. And I really do feel it's like, I need to sort out priorities at this time, like, so really, if that's speaking to you, just really kind of look at what the priorities are and drop the rest, I would say, you know what I mean? Kind of like have the key things that you want to do. So that's what's coming through. I could take that. And the masculine towards the feminine, let me put that around anyway. It might be relevant at some of them. Is, yeah. Oh my god, look, it's the same. Yeah, interesting. So whatever I said for the feminine, it's going to be for the masculine. That's actually a bit creepy. So it's like, my wish hasn't come true yet, but this is like, whoever this is for, it's like, it's going to soon, basically. But look at the way it's sitting. Be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. In fact, all of that, flirt as well. So, like, this is somebody who's like, look, it's like what I said the other day, me caveman, me got this. It's like, it's literally, it could just be like, again, the gift of themselves, like, here I am. But it's like, or it's an apology, or it's the guy that's been at the garage, you know what I mean? Because like, shit, everywhere's shut, I need to go and get the flowers. I don't know, or it's whatever, but it's like, this is somebody that wants to offer you something. But they're doing the same thing. Like, that's what's interesting me. It's like, that, and that actually really ties in with what I said about the when you're getting guided to pay attention to your health. It could be because your twins really, either they're not in good health with stress or whatever, or it's just, whether they know it or not, usually they don't know it, it encourages them to just cut out whatever habits and things aren't good for them. And it's interesting, because it's like, something was occurring to me that, I think I've said this before, but it's like, it's unconditional love. So in these journeys, it's like, oh yeah, look, because behind it, look. So yeah, so basically what we're saying is, it's like, you might be both feeling a bit like you need either a bit out of balance, or like you need to prioritise to get what's, I think both twins are like, right, actually, this love is a priority. And the feminine's always been there, but it's like, maybe you'd fall off the wagon with that sometimes, but it's like, this love is a priority. And basically, if you want to prioritise your union, your divine union, you have to pay attention to balancing your own inner energy. And again, not many people focus on that all the time, like as much as what you should. It really is like, it has to be a number that has to be right up there every day, like that you're paying attention to your balance, your boundaries, that you're receiving where you need to receive, that you're not overgiving. You have to, which is why actually, if you think about it, I started off this video by saying it's like I'm doing a combination of free stuff and I'm balancing it out with the paid stuff. Now, just because I'm opened it doesn't mean that people are going to come and do the paid stuff, but it's like I'm, trying to balance the scales by being like, right, but yeah, and then behind it is the temperance. So again, I feel this masculine's going to get a handle on prioritising, and I feel it's like they are actually prioritising this love, finding their balance. That's the balance of the feminine and the masculine. They might feel a bit confused as to why they couldn't move forward, but actually that's in reverse. So I feel the blocks are being lifted. Yeah, and there's maybe still a bit of a doubt of how victorious they might be, which again is understandable with a lot of people's situations. But what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, that it's like, I wonder if I can get cards. It's unconditional love, right? So, would you be pissed? And I think the answer is yes. But would you be pissed if you done all this healing on yourself and you done healing on yourself, and like you send healing to your masculine to free them for wherever they're trapped, and then what if they don't come to you? Do you know what I mean? What if they stay footloose and fancy free? Like, what if because they've felt trapped where they were, they go and just have some time being single? Or, I've known people to get into things with other people. Like, do you suddenly start hating them? Like, no, you're going to be fucked off, understandably. But you come back to that unconditional love because it is an unconditional love dynamic. You know what I mean? And like for a lot of people, you haven't even been in a relationship with them, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt you, And again, obviously I hear you because that's my situ, but it's you do have to give your head a shake there, a wobble there, you know what I mean? Which I've had to do. I was laughing. I don't know why, but that was coming into my head earlier, like, because I've actually seen that fucking happen, but let's not go there. But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's true. That's unconditional love, you know what I mean? It's like, if somebody doesn't come straight to you, they weren't ready for it. Fate's in charge of that, and your twin themselves, right? So a whole load of cards just fell on the ground, so that's not very good. Oh, right, the one that fell on the ground, loads fell on the ground, but the one that's pulling to me is hidden knowledge is on the floor and the power of self-love. I feel, again, someone's been spending a lot of time healing their own heart so that they can give their heart to you. That's what I heard. And they've been healing their heartbreak. And we're going to end it now because it's nearly an hour. Oh my god, that just nails it, doesn't it? I need to use these cards more because these are all the things I talk about. Look at that, I just said they've been healing their heart from the heartbreak, and then we've got set your heart free. Can't make this shit up. But yeah, so again, whoever's connecting with this, either you or your twin is still in a dark night of the soul, or November could be significant here too, either for a birthday or it could be a union actually. But life is bringing new meaning to this person because of that dark night of the soul. Again, the darkness is illuminating the light within them, not just the dark, not just the light illuminating the darkness around them. It's not over, guys. And keep an open mind. But look, this is for the people that have been apart a long time. A love bond grows stronger over time. But actually, even if you haven't been apart that long, it's like the people that I help, that, like I said, that are in unions, or I would say a reunion. Like a client of mine was saying that just last week, that it's like she always recognises it's a certain time of year that they tend to sort of have a bit of time apart. So you might notice cycles like that for you. Right. I feel we just need one more message here for someone, and then I'll wrap this up. And like I said, if you want a personal reading, you can have your own personal. I can always think, it's just sometimes I observe myself and I'm like, I sound like a YouTuber, but again, I'm a YouTuber. But it's like, yeah, if you want your own personal reading like this, but it's unlisted, then you can find that on the schedule. I only do that for people if I've met you at least once on the Zoom. And so if I haven't and you really want one, I can have a quick wee chat on you on the Zoom just to see who the fuck you are, basically. And again, it's the same thing. It's not just a it's never just reading cards. It's a big clearing energy. Like I've said that before, that the amount of times people have been really caught up in some big spell work, or had a lot of fuckery done on around them, and then they've had that, and they've really felt the from these recorded ones. I mean, even these collective ones, people feel the energy. So, your connection is eternal and unbreakable. Oh my god! See, now I know why I just said that. So even if that's to give a, I think that's to give a bit of, I don't know. It feels like it's to give a bit of hope or reassurance or healing for masculines that are in a dark place about decisions that they may have made in the past, and maybe asking themselves, why did I do that? It's like your connection is eternal and unbreakable, and so that's what that is what's different about a twin flame connection. Past lives reunite with loved ones over and over again from many different lives. It's reminded me of, I'm laughing because it's reminding me of the bit in Hancock when she's like, I can't fucking do that. It's something like, I can't do this. You done it to me in Paris, you done it to me in Italy, you done it to me in Egypt. I'm fucking making up the places, but she says something like that. And he's like what, he can't remember. So it's like when your masculine can't remember, it's like, they're like, he's like, what did I do to you? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's because she can remember. Like, she can remember the love, she can, and she's married, and they've got a kid, but I think it's actually the guy's kid from a previous marriage. But you know what I mean? It's like she's got a family basically, and him reappearing is bringing up everything, which is funny because it's what your twin does. But it's basically what. But what I would say about that film is watch it, because you'll see what I mean. If you're a twin flame, you'll totally get it. And again, some of you might not have as an intense connection like that. But those of you that do, you will really, really get it. Like, it's intense love, yes, but it is also intense. It's just I've always said that before, that it's like, but it's, yeah, that can go two ways, can't it? It's like, I feel that's a big reason why, I'm just laughing, that's a big reason why me and mine have been kept apart, because I'm really pretty chill in that, right? But it's like, well, I do feel we cheat, do you know what I mean? So I could imagine it's like, if me and him were like not, not healed enough to come together, it wouldn't be the best. So, I feel like a fucking showdown. So, trust. Me and mine will come together when we're meant to. You need to have trust in relationship in order for it to flourish. And dreams. Look, come together in a new way. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, but it could be like an old person coming back in a new way for some. Share your dreams together and encourage each other to make them a reality. Whenever I see this card, I always feel it's about, like, and there's that one again. I love bond grows stronger over time. I always feel it's about making sure you're on the same page. And remember, when I just done this, you were on the same page, or at least it's rising up that you're on the same page, because it was the same card. But it was about getting your priorities straight, and I feel that's about getting your priorities straight, as in prioritising each other, because it's true love. This is the love of a lifetime. I love it. That's beautiful, and it'll speak to whoever it's meant to speak to. I think we call in the energy of, I don't know, it feels like a more true, it's always true love because I'm channeling that union energy every time, but it felt more special because of using that one at the start, the miracle healing one. So anyway, on that note, like I said, I know it's as clear as mud, like a lot of things I do, but I'll be doing the usual free cards on but they'll probably be more short and sweet, so that I can get on with the paid ones, because they're going to be longer to read. I'll start. So if you want, basically, I think if you want a free card, if people pop on, I'll give them a free card too. But if you want a free card, maybe try and be sharp, and I'll do the free cards first and then get on with the paid ones. Or I don't know if it makes more sense to do it, whatever. I'll just do it in whatever order I'm guided to. And yeah, probably easier that if you see the post tomorrow and you want to do the paid one, probably easier if you just send the payment when you see it, so that I can crack on with it, with some of them. And yeah, and like I said, if I do decide to hold a Zoom as well as doing the paid healings on the live, then yeah, I'll put a post up about that, and I'll decide tomorrow, because it's the next day. But I think it's probably just going to be the extra paid healings on the live for whoever wants it. And like I said, we'll be doing something special anyway, so It's just I'm being guided to offer that. But anyway, I am going to get to my bed now because that's it reaching an hour. So I feel, yeah, there's a new beginning for you because that's 1 hour.